Hello everybody. I know I haven't done a video for a little bit, and with 2014 coming in an end and mere hours at this point, I thought I'd do another video, another PS2 video. This time not on a hidden gem, but on a game that everybody knows at this point. It's on top of most everybody's favorites PS2 games of all time lists. It's on countless best games ever lists, best horror games list, etc, etc. It's one of my favorites only because I've got memories attached to this game. Some good memories and some bad memories, but mainly good memories. If you haven't figured out what the name of the game is at this point, I guess I'll just tell you it's Silent Hill 2. I know this may look like the non-greatest hits issue, but when I got this off of eBay, it's the awesome one. I don't like the packaging for the greatest hits. I try to avoid them when I can. But if you've been living under a rock and never played any PlayStation 2 games, or even have been closing your eyes when people do greatest ever lists, the basic premise of the game is you're James Sunderland. You get a letter from your dead wife telling you to come to Silent Hill, where you apparently had a vacation years ago. Now, why would you come after your dead wife? Curiosity, most likely. But as everybody, I mean, you can look up multiple endings on YouTube, the famous dog ending, the UFO endings that all the games seem to have. But it's also one of the ones that it's one of the first games that don't fit chronologically in the order of Silent Hill. And I do believe this only because 1 and 3 are directly correlated to each other, but 2 isn't. It went off a totally different place, and I actually love it. Why do I love it? Because of my memories. It's one of the first PS2 games I've ever got to see in real life. Up until the point where I've seen one of my friends actually watching this game, or playing this game. I was a diehard Nintendo fan and occasional PC gamer, as I actually loved Diablo 2 at the time. So I got to play that with a friend, and it's actually over at his house that we actually got to see it for the first time. A little bit more, this is going to be a lot of background on why I love this game. This is going to be a memories type video, but yeah, he basically we were working at Walmart at the time when the PS2 was released. Let you know how long ago that was. So we were he actually bought a couple consoles to sell on eBay. Well, he actually kept the console for himself, because this is when PS2s were actually, selling out, and no retail were able to keep them in for the in stock. So they were going for big money on eBay. So he was capitalizing on that by buying a console when it came out at Walmart and then reselling it. But he kept the console for himself, and he told me to come over and play this game he got. It was Silent Hill 2. He told me he actually turned off the lights, and he's like, this game is best played in the dark. The first time I seen it, I got so scared. This game is a scary game. Cut many years later, I lost amount of touch with this friend. I get called up for the military. Actually, I think we were still in contact at this time, but I got called up to the military, and I see a or PS2 in the post exchange, or the PX. So I bought one and started getting games for it. Well, one of the games I had to have was Silent Hill 2. So I got Silent Hill 2. Had it for a couple years. Then I sold it when I was up in Boston because I needed money at the time. This is where I sold a lot of my PS2 games, which I'm actually regretting now, because I could have like such a bigger collection right now and not waste my money on a lot of these games that I have in my collection, including a game I'm currently missing that I got for like $5, which I'll go over some other time once I get it. But anyway, back to Silent Hill 2. I owned it. I didn't beat it at all. I've seen it been beaten before and everything. He always contacted me and called me over, and he played it, and I watched and had a happy time of it. Unbeknownst to me, I was developing feelings for him at the time, but that's neither here nor there. But I wonder if he's ever going to watch this video. But anyway, so I saw the game, and then I come back from Boston, from living up in Boston, back to my parents' house, and then I moved out to Wisconsin. I pick up the game, and I start playing it, and had another friend watch me play it. I totally beat the game, and there's another friend that I liked and everything, so I played the game. He watched me play it. I beat it, and a couple months later I was again financially strapped, so I sold the game again. This is the second time that I've sold the game. Neither time were greatest hits games. It was always the regular version for some reason. Until this last time, I was actually looking for the games. I wanted all the games, and at this present time I got every single Silent Hill game that's ever came out on the PS2. So I'm kind of happy about that. But so I was just looking on eBay, bought the copy that you've seen here, you know, this one right here, and unbeknownst to me, because it wasn't in the description at all, they just showed this off. So I'm like, okay, I'll get the regular version, and then, you know, somewhere down the line I'll get the greatest hits version, because it does come with some additional content there. And then I'm like, then I get it, and the first thing I always do, this is what my friend taught me, is even if you buy a new game, you take the cellophane off, you open it up to make sure the game's there. So I did that, and it's the greatest hits version, the version that I like. So I went on a Silent Hill marathon after that, borrowed Silent Hill off of another friend, played through that. That was the first time I ever played that game. And then I played Silent Hill 2, and unbeknownst to me, my memory card had my Silent Hill 2 game data already on it, so I just played it from that save state where you get like the chainsaw and stuff like that. And I had a fun time beating that game again. Although I can't get the combination lock. I did it the previous times. I don't know why I couldn't do it this time. Maybe because I'm out of practice using combination locks. I don't know. But the game is amazing still. I try to play it yearly now. I did play it over Halloween this year. And it's one of my favorite games to play on Halloween. It really is. You know, this game is the game that started it all for me. This game actually got me to try a different game console besides Nintendo. It's the first console that let me actually enjoy stuff like on the PlayStation. The original PlayStation, I was against getting. I was against getting the Dreamcast. I was against getting the Genesis because I was a Nintendo fangirl at the time. And unbeknownst to me, there's this awesome console that has great games. So the first time I ever played a PlayStation 2 game, I loved it. I'm actually trying to collect the entire game catalog. I think within the next couple weeks I will be doing a collections video, only because I would like to just catalog all my games, so that way if anything ever happens to them I can start replacing them like really fast, even though there's a couple games that probably have a little harder time doing. But anyway, as for the game itself, I highly recommend the game if you haven't played it yet. At this point, you have no reason to. There is an HD re-release on the PS3, and I was thinking it's also on the 360. It was also released on the PS2, the Xbox One. There is no reason you can't find this game. Unless you have Nintendo consoles, and then, yeah, it would be hard to do. But there's also a version on the PC, so no. There is no reason for you to ever not play this game. If you don't like horror games, that's fine. Play it. It's an amazing game. And this is what horror games, in my mind, should be. It shouldn't be about jump scares. It shouldn't be about, like, everything needs to be psychological. That's the best horror in my book. That's why I love a lot of the games on the PS2. A lot of the horror games, at least. Because a lot of them are just psychological, get into your brain and bring out some of your worst fears, as opposed to just big jump scares. Yes, there are jump scares in the games, but they take a second nature to the gameplay and the overall story. So I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I don't think any game's ever going to come close to actually topping this game in a long time. I mean, I love Dragon Age, I love Bravely Default, but this is the pinnacle right here. No day one DLCs, no day one bug releases. You had to make a perfect game, and they did with this one. And it's highly acclaimed, and it's highly from both gamers and critics alike. This is a game that if you don't own in a collection, there's something seriously wrong with you. Because a PS2 collection, you should have this game in there, and it should not matter what the cost is. I don't care if this game is like upwards of $60, $70. Get it. It's really that good. It is made by Konami, which I did not know that it was. But I highly recommend it and everything. So, but I'm gonna take off now. Please like and like this video, subscribe to my channel. Catch me at my Twitch page at Easerphora. I will be playing Final Fantasy XIV. I will be playing Dragon Age Inquisition. And also on January 8th at 8 a.m. Eastern Central Time, I will be getting married. Eternal bonding ceremony for Final Fantasy XIV. So please check that out. I will be live streaming that day. But for now, I will say goodbye and good luck.